Exodus chapter 30, verses 1 to 38. I am reading from the New Revised Standard Version, the Green Bible. Verse 1, you shall make an altar on which to offer incense. You shall make it of acacia wood. Verse 2, it shall be 1 cubit long and 1 cubit wide. It shall be square and shall be 2 cubits high. Its horn shall be of one piece with it. Verse 3, you shall overlay it with pure gold, its top and its sides all around and its horns, and you shall make for it a molding of gold all around. Verse 4, and you shall make 2 golden rings for it under its molding on 2 opposite sides of which you shall make them, and they shall hold the poles with which to carry it. Verse 5, you shall make the poles of acacia wood and overlay them with gold. Verse 6, you shall place it in front of the curtain that is above the ark of the covenant, in front of the mercy seat that is over the covenant, where I will meet with you. Verse 7, Aaron shall offer fragrant incense on it every morning, and he dresses the lamps, he shall offer it. Verse 8, and when Aaron sets up the lamps in the evening, he shall offer it a regular incense of offering before the Lord and throughout your generations. Verse 9, you shall not offer unholy incense on it, or a burnt offering, or a grain offering, and you shall not pour a drink offering on it. Verse 10, once a year, Aaron shall perform the rite of atonement on its horns. Throughout your generation, you shall perform the atonement for it once a year with the blood of the atoning sin offering. It is the most holy to the Lord. Verse 11, the Lord spoke to Moses. Verse 12, when you take a census of the Israelites to register them, or registration, all of them shall give a ransom for their lives to the Lord, so that no plague may come upon them for being registered. Verse 13, this is what each of one is registered shall give, a half a shekel according to the shekel of the sanctuary. The shekel is 20 gerahs, half a shekel as an offering to the Lord. Verse 14, each one who is registered from 20 years old and upward shall give the Lord's offerings. Verse 15, the rich shall not give more, and the poor shall not give less than the half shekel when you bring this offering to the Lord to make atonement for your lives. Verse 16, you shall take the atonement money from the Israelites and shall designate it for the service of the tent of meeting before the Lord. It will be a reminder for the Israelites of the ransom given for your lives. Verse 17, the Lord spoke to Moses. Verse 18, you shall make a bronze basin with a bronze stand for washing. You shall put it between the tent of the meeting and the altar, and you shall put water in it. Verse 19, with the water, Aaron and his sons shall wash their hands and their feet. Verse 20, when they go into the tent of meeting, or when they come near the altar to minister, to make an offering by fire to the Lord, they shall wash with water so that they may not die. Verse 21, they shall wash their hands and their feet so that they may not die. It shall be a perpetual ordinance for them, for him, and for his descendants throughout their generations. Verse 22, the Lord spoke to Moses. Verse 23, take the finest spices of liquid myrrh, 500 shekels, and of sweet-smelling cinnamon, half as much, that is 250, and 250 of aromatic cane. Verse 24, and 500 of cassia, measured by the sanctuary shekel, and a hin of olive oil. Verse 25, and you shall make of this sacred anointing oil blended as by the perfumer. It shall be a holy anointing oil. Verse 26, with it you shall anoint the tent of meeting and the ark of the covenant. Verse 27, and the table and all its utensils, and the lampstand and its utensils, and the altar of incense. Verse 28, and the altar of burnt offering with all its utensils, and the basins with its stand. Verse 29, you shall consecrate them so that they may be most holy. Whatever touches them will become holy. Verse 30, you shall anoint Aaron and his sons and consecrate them in order that they may serve me as priests. You shall say to the Israelites, this shall be my holy anointing oil throughout your generations. Verse 32, it shall not be used in an in any ordinary anointing of the body, and you shall make no other like it in composition. It is holy, and it shall be holy to you. Verse 33, whoever compounds may any like it, or whoever puts any of it on an unqualified person shall be cut off from the people. Verse 34, the Lord said to Moses, take sweet spices, stacte, onica, and gabaldon, sweet spices with pure frankincense, an equal part of each. Verse 35, and make an incense blended as by the perfumer, seasoned with salt, pure and holy. Verse 36, and you shall beat some of it into powder and put part of it before the covenant. In the tent of meeting where I shall meet with you, it shall be for you most holy. Verse 37, you shall make incense according to this composition. You shall not make it for yourselves. It shall be regarded by you as holy to the Lord. Verse 38, whoever makes any like it to use as perfume shall be cut off from the people. Exodus chapter 30, verses 1 to 38. I am reading from the New Revised Standard Version, the Green Bible.